Hello, you're welcome to our class for today. We shall continue with our Unit 6, which is about using maps. Today we shall do Lesson 5, and Lesson 5 is titled A Lucky Escape. A Lucky Escape. So before we go right into the lesson, let's have a warm up to get us moving. So as you all know, yesterday, if you could remember, we learned about comparative adjectives, where uh, we use them when we're comparing between two things, maybe based on size or on any physical property, or even on anything at all. So we are going to do a quick warm up today. Two different kinds of warm up we have. The first one is for you to write the comparative form of these words here. Okay, of these adjectives here. Write the comparative forms of this adjective here, of these adjectives here. And when you're done, we have some comparative adjectives here. I want you to write their opposites here. I'm giving you 6 minutes. It's a little bit much, so I'm giving you 6 minutes to do it. Your time starts now. After 6 minutes, you submit your work to me, and we'll check it together and do a correction. Okay. All right. Now, what is a comparative form of new? Of course, is newer. Long, longer. Nice, nicer. Big, bigger. Bigger, right? With double G. Bigger. Good? What's the comparative of good? If you have written gooder, comparative of good is better. Fat, fatter with double T. Modern, because remember, it has a long syllable. Okay, it has more than one syllable. Sorry. So modern is what? More modern. Friendly, more friendly. And famous, more famous. Okay, now we come to the opposite work that we have to do here. Younger. What is the opposite of younger? If the word in itself is a comparative adjective, you have to give the opposite also as a comparative adjective. So younger is what? Older. Cleaner is what? Dirtier. Darker is what? Lighter. More boring is what? More exciting. Hotter is what? Colder. Happier is what? What did you write here? Happier is worse. Okay? Sad. So happy is sad. So happier is worse. Easier is what? Harder. Smaller is what? Bigger. And cheaper is what? More expensive. Cheaper is more expensive. So, so we go to what we have to do today. We have a reading exercise to do today, and also we have a text exercise and also the workbook exercise. So let's go into what we have to do today. Remember, the topic is a lucky escape. A lucky escape. So let's go. Lucky escape. What should you do to be safe? Now we're having safety in mind. What do you do to be safe when you're skiing, snowboarding, or walking in the mountains? What should you do to be safe when you're skiing, snowboarding, or walking in the mountains? Let's have a quick discussion about this. In order to be safe when walking, okay, in the mountains, what do you do in order to be safe? When skiing, what do you do in order to be safe? And when snowboarding, what do you do in order to be safe? I know you've been out once or twice before to, to have these adventures, or perhaps you went camping and you're able to do one of these activities. What is that, or what are the safety measures they have to put in place? Give us these ideas. Let's discuss together. Okay. All right. So, of course, uh, especially when you're walking in the mountains, you have to be very careful not to walk too close to the edge. Okay, make sure you are wearing the right kind of cloth on you. You're wearing protective cloth, and your shoes has a very good grip. And of course, you can use the sticks, the sticks that we use for hiking. They help you, they give you balance, they help you wear your gloves, and make sure you are wearing protective wears. Okay, if possible, you can wear a head, you can wear a protective uh, uh, hat on your head, a helmet or something, a head cover, okay, to prevent uh, any possible accident happening. Likewise, when you go snowboarding or when you go skiing, be careful at the time that you go for such activities. You make sure it is a time that it is safe and you're wearing the right equipment. Also, make sure that you are doing it under supervision, especially at this age that you are still really young. Do not do these activities alone, or do not do it in an isolated place far away from other people. Make sure there's an adult or someone there that can guide you or that can help you in case you are in danger. Okay, so a quick reading now. Let's read this: saved by the light of a mobile phone. So let's see what happened here. Uh, that this story or this passage has this title. Let's see what happened. A snowboarder was feeling lucky to be alive yesterday after a dramatic helicopter rescue. Ben Akintola, 30, was snowboarding in the French Alps under a clear blue sky when an avalanche started. He didn't have time to escape and it hit him with full force and knocked him unconscious. He woke in the middle of the night in pitch darkness. He was lying he was lying on a narrow icy ledge. Amazingly, he still had a mobile phone signal. So he called a friend 1,000 kilometers away in Britain. His friend called the French rescue services. I was waiting for I was waiting for what seemed like hours on that narrow ledge. I was beginning to give up hope when I heard the sound of a helicopter. It was circling around in the darkness, looking for me. I was waving my mobile around desperately. Fortunately, the helicopter pilot saw the light. I was overjoyed when the helicopter headed my way. It hovered above me and began lowering a rope. Ben was in hospital last night, but he was not being treated for any serious injuries. He's looking forward to going home today. The French rescue services said, "We were very pleased that we were able to rescue Ben. The risk of avalanches of The risk of avalanche off piste is much higher at this time of the year. All snowboarders and skiers should stay on the ski runs and not go off piste." Ben had a lucky escape. So, you see what this means? So this is another safety measure you should take when you're going skiing. You should stay on the avalanche free side, or you should just stay on course. All these activities, they have a course where you should follow. Do not go astray or go a different route. It might not be safe. Okay, so after reading that, let's see what next we have to do. So, from the reading now, we are going to do this. Read the newspaper article. Which of the following are implied in the text? So actually, this is not just any composition, it's a newspaper article. It is non-fiction. It is an actual newspaper article. So from this article, we are going to answer these questions. 1. Ben was unconscious for several hours. This implied because we know that the avalanche happened during the day when the sky was blue, but Ben woke in the middle of the night. So, read the newspaper article. Which of the following are implied in the text? Which of the following are implied in the text? So, if it is implied, you say it is implied, and if it is not, you say it is not. But if it is implied, then you give the meaning, or why do you think it is implied. By implied, it means that the writer meant more than what is written. There is furthermore information about it than what meets the eye. So you have to explain what the writer means when the line is being used. So Ben was unconscious for several hours. Is this implied or not? Yes, it is implied because we know that the avalanche happened during the day when the sky was blue, but Ben woke in the middle of the night. So we answer this other question. It's not always easy to get a mobile signal in the mountains. If this is implied, then answer how you know it is implied. 3. Ben used the torch on his mobile phone to attract the pilot's attention. Is this implied or not? You explain. 4. Ben wasn't seriously hurt. Is this implied? How do you know? 5. Ben was snowboarding off piste. Is it implied or not? How do you know? Number 6. Ben was snowboarding with friends when the accident happened. Is it implied or not? How do you know? And lastly, Ben won't try off-piste snowboarding again. Is this implied in the text? How do you know? So these are what you need to answer right away. Okay, so quickly let us discuss what implying means. Okay, when you say something is implied, let's talk about what it means. A writer doesn't always state things directly. Sometimes meaning is implied. This means that the writer suggests something is true or that something happened without actually saying it. This is what implied means. So you have to read to understand to know that if all those questions that have been asked, if all those parts of the passage were actually implied or not, based on your understanding of the passage. Another language tip here is collocation. A collocation is two or more words which often occur together. There are some words in English that go together. When you see this in a sentence, or when you see this generally, they are known as collocations. We are going to look at some examples right now in the next task that we will do. All right, so this is a workbook exercise, and match the words to the definition. So there are some words here. We have 10 words and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 definitions. Let's do a matching exercise right now and match these words to their correct definition. The words are unconscious, avalanche, ledge, overjoyed, risk, rope, to hover, to head, to lower, to knock. So these are the words. Let's read the meaning. A, to stay in one place in the air. B, not able to see, move, or feel after being hit on the head, for example. And that is the meaning of unconscious. So that one has been done. You have nine more to go. C, the possibility that something bad or dangerous might happen. D, to go in a particular direction. E, very happy. F, to move something down from higher up. G, when a large amount of snow falls down the side of a mountain. H, a long flat surface that comes out from the side of a mountain, wall, or other surface. I, very strong string twisted together. J, to hit something or someone and make them move or fall down. So these are the definitions. Match them with the words that they represent. Okay. All right. So last but not the least, when you're done with all these activities, is the homework for the day. And the homework here is based on collocations. Okay. Make collocations using the word from the two columns. We have a column on the left and one on the right. The column on the left have the following words: the rescue, a lucky, pitch, a clear blue, with full, a mobile phone, serious. The words on the right are injuries, sky, signal, force, escape, services, darkness. Match these words on the left with the words on the right to form a collocation. An example is here that's been done. The rescue services. So these words are a collocation. The rescue go with services to form a collocation. So it's a word, is a thing in English, rescue services. So that is a collocation. So make six other collocations with other words here for your homework. And when I get it back, we will sit together, we'll talk together and make the corrections so that you will know which is right, which is wrong, and make adjustments as proper. Okay.